So again, in this video we are going to look at some questions. Balance the following equation and give the state symbol. So we want to see again if you're able to remember from my previous video, if you're able to give, in this case, the state symbols. Let's say maybe the first one that we have, you have sodium reacting with chlorine to produce sodium chloride. This is the correct formula that you have. Of course, they want us to balance the equation and give the state symbol. Now if you notice on the left hand side you have 2 chlorine. It simply means that I can put up a 2 right in front this side on the right hand side, and when I put up a 2 right in front, the sodium becomes affected, so meaning in front of sodium you're also going to put up a 2. So what are the state symbols? Remember, this is a metal which is independent. When they just write an element alone, it simply means that it is in solid, and like I said, metals are going to be in solid form except mercury, which is going to be a liquid at room temperature and pressure. That's chlorine, which is in form of a gas, so that is going to be in gaseous state. And of course, if you remember, what we said is that all chlorides are actually, especially those that are containing sodium, they are actually in aqueous. So this, we are going to give it AQ. So that is simply going to be in aqueous state. So that's what they wanted you to do there. Suppose again I have got hydrogen reacting with iodide to form up what we are calling as being hydrogen iodide. How is that going to be? If you notice, that is a 2 hydrogen 2 iodine. It simply means that I can put up a number in front there, which is a 2. Then it simply means that it is balanced. Now if you look at all this, hydrogen is going to be in gaseous form, iodine may be in liquid form, and when that combine, it is going to produce that which is going to be in aqueous state. Suppose again you have sodium reacting with H2O, and in this case it produces sodium hydroxide. Then a gas is going to be liberated, which is hydrogen. Now we're able to balance up this equation. Or if you notice, there are 2 hydrogen, 1 sodium, 1 sodium, but the number of hydrogen there is actually not balanced. If you notice there, you have got 2 plus this 1, so that makes actually 3 in this case. So what can we do? We can try to put up a 2 there, and when I put up a 2 there, it simply means that hydrogen will simply become 4 there. So that's what it simply means. So when it becomes 4, oxygen will also be affected. So what I can do, I can simply put up a 2 there. Then since the sodium are 2, you can also put up a 2 there, so that you're able to balance it. This is a metal, so it will be in solid form. Water is in liquid state, so we'll use the state symbol I. Hydroxide, in this case, anything containing sodium is actually soluble, so that is going to be in aqueous, and that is hydrogen, a gas, so that is going to be in gaseous form. I hope we are together. Another thing that I can give you, maybe let's look at carbon reacting with carbon dioxide to produce carbon monoxide. You want to balance up, of course, there are 2 carbons this side and 2 oxygen, so you need to put up a 2 there. So how is this going to be? Well, carbon is just an element, so it is going to be in solid form. Carbon dioxide is a gas, that's in gaseous form. Carbon monoxide is also going to be in gaseous form. All right, again, let's say aluminium is reacting with chlorine to produce up aluminium chloride. How do we balance up there? Chlorine is 3, I can put up a 3 there, it becomes 6. Then this side I can put up a 2, such that 2 times 3 gives me a 6, but aluminium now becomes affected, so I can put up a 2. Remember, this is a metal, therefore it will be in solid form. This is chlorine, it's in gaseous form. And if you remember, all chlorides, we said they are actually soluble, except silver chloride and some others. So this one is going to be in aqueous. So like I said, through practice, you'll be able to, highlight actually the state symbols of, some of the compounds that are formed in a chemical equation. So please make sure that you practice. You do more. It's an ongoing process that you're going to be learning.